spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. He'll bring it out. It's Anderson. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So LSU's offense will go to work first. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, and you get all the quotes, all the people talking about all those blowhards on all the different networks, us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
Pulls it and fires to the left. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Well, this guy's not easy to bring down. They just throw him a simple hitch pass, but he's got so many moves out in the open field. You've got to get a lot of hats to the football to get that guy down, prevent him from scoring on big plays.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Gets it out quickly. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. With the catch, it's Anderson. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Grab behind the line. It's Green. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. The give to the tailback. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
And the Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. Touchdown, Tigers! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
One one of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finish things off with a scoring toss from the 33. They are set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle. And
the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And you can tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Wants to fire on second down. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack. And no shortage of the big boys coming out of Baton Rouge as LSU's defense in the backfield again.
Yeah, you talk about tall, long, athletic, guys that get after the quarterback, LSU, they typically have a lot of those guys. That's a really fun thing to have when you're a defensive coordinator.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Fakes to grab. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
well, they weren't able to gain a lot of real estate on that last completion deep down in their own end. If anything, if you're looking for a silver lining, I guess the punter maybe has a little bit more room to try to get one off now on 4th.
And here comes the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Let's see what he can do with it. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside, defense.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but it makes life really easy on me on second down.
Caught close to the marker, it's Anderson. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. And that is a punch right in the gut to make a play like that and have a penalty wipe it out. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. He's got an open man. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it up to 14.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
I don't even know if the offense is aware that they have other eligible targets downfield. It feels like every single throw early in this game has gone this guy's way.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Just keep slinging it. Got it in the middle. It's sharp. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. And what that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
From the gun on 3rd down. He makes a grab. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal.
It's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, LSU! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll return it. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Running back searching for a hole. Oh, he's got some space. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Guys, LSU has the lead here, and they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the 1st, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the 2nd quarter is about to get underway. So 1st down here as they go back to work. To the ground. He's got it again. Got enough for the 1st. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Finds his big tight end. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Rushes on him. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
It's such a nice play getting that sack, and I'll tell you, what makes it worse is the fact that he has this crowd noise behind him. Death Valley is so loud, arguably the loudest stadium in the entire country, and I know that having played here before. You do not want to get behind the chains as an opposing quarterback with this crowd noise. It makes it so hard for your offensive line to hear the cadence, to know when the snap is coming out, and you know it's helping this D-line get upfield. I think you saw an example of that on that last play.
Under fire. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the 1st half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
They bring the punter onto the field now. Second time today they've been forced to punt. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Some penalties hurt a little bit more or a lot more than other ones. That one wipes out a huge game. Finds space on the right. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger, and that is swagger well earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud, Reese, and be like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Quarterback on the keeper. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Man, how about that defense? On the snap, they are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. With the catch, it's Anderson. Run out of bounds, they'll spot him at the 24. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the spot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
Looking for a man, it's Nussmeier. Pulls it in, it's Anderson. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. They'll try the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He wants it all. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Fit it in the window for the score.
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So a drive that started just beyond midfield, only 49 yards, and they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Here's the pressure. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for the big play. Brings it in down the left side. And an explosive play. Has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They'll look to pin them deep. All the way back to the 15. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the 1st down.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the 1st half.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. He'll pull it on the read. He's stopped in the backfield again. This defense trying to send a message he'll have to carry into halftime.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and in the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. He'll bring it out. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the offense back onto the field. Off play action on first down. Fires to the big fella. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Snagged in the middle, it's Williamson. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding. Offense.
His offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Finds his man. It's Williamson. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down.
Love the coverage and not giving up an inch defensively. Their third down, smothering the receiver. As soon as he caught the ball, down he went. They've got this offense pinned.
And here comes the punt team. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. That's caught. It's Anderson.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
And the Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Motion from the wide receiver. Now the play fake. Caught behind the line. It's Anderson. LSU will get a first down. New set of downs after the completion. He'll do it himself. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand this, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Anderson. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Wants to throw on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Brown. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Tigers! A great catch and run for 6. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Leaves it with the running back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Got it behind the line. It's Williamson. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. He'll keep it himself. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And if I'm this defense, man, number 1, 2, and 3 is stopping this quarterback, and he's done it by air and now by land. Like running the option, having success. We got to get dialed in. He is the playmaker on this offense. I got to go stop him.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella, continue to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to him.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They'll try to start this final period by putting a 3 spot on the board. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. Out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. To the air on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Williamson. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Quickly to the tight end. Makes the grab almost to the 1st down marker, but a good pickup on that one. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers, it freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
They'll run it. On his feet at the 40. Running it inside the 30 and finally out of bounds at the 27.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Oh, they're after him. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Williamson. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's complete. And they make the connection, and he's got it at the 10-yard line, set up with a red zone opportunity.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Bringing the heat. And he'll sail it way too far for everybody.
At this point, it's a lot about pride for this offense. They're just trying to find a way to get on the board. They have been shut out. That last incompletion, I mean, they're now trying to take shots and see if they can just come up with something. I don't even know if they believe they can get it done. It just feels obligatory, guys, at this point. Let's just throw it up and see if something good can happen.
Quarterback on the keeper. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making...
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
The game plan was simple on defense. They had to find a way to contain one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football. And guys, not only have they contained him, they've completely shut him down. This offense has no points in this game. Remarkable job by the defense.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. Right down the boulevard. It's good. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
And you just sort of wonder if that's some kind of moral victory from the head coach. We are not going to get shut out in front of all of these eyeballs. We're just going to put 3 points up on the board. As a player, I used to absolutely hate that if I was on the losing team, because you're just trying to save face. I want to go down and try and score a touchdown. I know that the chances aren't great, but let me go out there and compete.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Thomas. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They'll run the option. He's in open space downfield. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Hold offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Gives it on the option. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. A pickup of 6.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Caught over the middle. It's Brown. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
And at some point for the defense, I'm just thinking, hey, man, like, it's got to be somebody else. I mean, the big tight end has made play after play after play today. And we know if it gets close in the 4th quarter, they're going to look his way, so the defense really needs to have a plan.
Got the first down and more. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold offense.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. The give to the back. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. jumped on top of the pile. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. From the shotgun, the inside give. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line.